Hello and welcome for the next session. In this next session, we're going to talk about networking like a boss. So we hope you're ready to network with everybody in the chat and on social media. Make sure that you're using the hashtag Wakelet Community Week for a chance to win swag, an iPad, or a trip to ISTE 2023. Also remember that the certificate for this session will be in the chat. So when you see that link, you'll click on that link and fill out that form to get your certificate to your email. So without further ado, let's bring up our guests and our presenters, Seth and Monica. Hey, Seth and Monica, how are you?
Oh, we're doing great.
Tell our audience where you are presenting from today.
Monica, go ahead. Go first.
Right. So I'm from Poland, and I'm here in my hometown, Rzeszów, which is in the southeast part of Poland. So this is where I'm presenting from today.
Awesome. And I'm presenting from my home in Cypress, Texas, which is just northwest of Houston, Texas. So we're on the Gulf Coast in the United States.
Wow. So exciting. We have so many people in the chat from all over the world. Shout out to Tiffany Thompson from Oklahoma. I see somebody saying Monica rocks. I agree. She does rock. You all are in for a really great treat. So I'm going to go ahead and let the two of you take it away.
Okay. Sounds awesome. So let's see. There we go. All right. Sharing my screen. Hopefully it'll go here. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't quite want to share. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right, there we go. All right, so thank you very much for coming to our session today. As Tish introduced, this is the Network Like a Boss session. Monica Khan and I'm Seth Fuel. Monica, you want to introduce yourself just a little bit?
Sure. All right. So hi once again. I'm Monica. As you know already, I'm from Poland. And I think that the best description for me professionally is that I'm an educator. This is actually like the thing that I've been doing for the past 23 years, believe it or not. I've been teaching English in a small primary school in the southeast of Poland. This is where I come from, where I live. And apart from that, I also want to call myself a lifelong learner. I think that you cannot divide those two and you cannot be one without the other. And for me, like every single day and meeting a new person, which also networking is all about, is having the opportunity to learn something new, to learn with people and from people. And also professionally, I'm really into technology and using it wisely in the classroom. And Wakelet is one of my top 3 edtech tools, which I love and adore, and the same applies to my students. I'm a strong believer in student autonomy and also in Marshall Rosenberg's NVC, which is nonviolent communication. I live by it, or I try to live by it. Thanks.
All right. And I am Seth Fuel. I am an educational technology specialist in Pearland ISD, which is in the Houston, Texas area. I'm also a professional learning specialist for I2E EDU. Like very, very much like Monica said, we're very similar in a lot of different ways. I get to help teachers. I teach teachers how to use technology in the best ways in their classrooms. And to do that, I rely on my community. I rely on my network to teach me the things that I need to know. I like to stay on the cutting edge of everything. And the only way that you can do that is if you know what is happening. And so I pay attention to all sorts of social media. I read the blogs, I read Twitter. I do all of these things so that we can stay, so that I can stay connected and find ways to leverage those new technologies and those, the things that are on the cutting edge, so that we can use them in the classroom. And so today we wanted first to share our resources with you. We have actually collected a wonderful collection of resources. I'm going to switch to that tab here on the resources, and we'll drop the link into the YouTube in just a second. But on the resources right here, embedded in Genially, is our collection. Or I'm sorry, our presentation. So you can see all of our slides, as well as videos, articles, infographics. We've shared a lot of information here with you today. And so we hope that those resources will help quite a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. I believe that link should take you. I just posted the link into the YouTube chat, so that should take you to our resources. Otherwise, you can scan the QR code, or you can type in this link right here. All right.
So this is the quotation which I found online, and I shared it with Seth, and we both agreed that it really resonates with us. This is what we believe. The first line is what network should not be about. It definitely, in our minds, in our view, networking should not be seen as collecting contacts. It's not collecting contacts. It's not seeing people simply as numbers. For example, let's have more followers on Twitter, let's have more Facebook friends just for the heck of it. There should be something intentional in that. And I think that nobody wants to be treated in an instrumental way. Nobody wants to be treated as simply as a tool to be, for us to achieve a certain goal. For me, networking, and I think Savio will agree with me, networking is a two-way process. It's a give and take, and it's not just us getting something all the time, but it's also us sharing things and and giving something to the community which we are a part of. And also the second line also strikes a chord with me. Networking is about planting relations. Of course, we need to take care of them. We need to see other people can be seen also like plants. Like we need to water them. We need to nurture them. We need to provide certain conditions in which they can grow. And the same applies to relations. Like if we don't take care of others and we, as I said, we just see them as tools, then we really don't care and we don't allow these relations and connections to grow. What do you think, Seth?
I completely agree. I think of like networking. You're creating a culture, and we have to cultivate that culture. We have to add the minerals into the soil of our relationships so that everything can grow. And we really, these I think the plant analogy is an absolutely fantastic analogy, because we have to grow, and we grow better when we're together and when we have a group that strengthens us.
Yeah. Also, it's not here in this presentation, but one of my very good friends, Marcin Michalik, who is also a member of Wakelet Poland Facebook group, Wakelet Polska, Wakelet group, he also said something like this, that teachers should not be like isolated islands; they should form archipelagos. And this is also what I believe. I think even yesterday during Ken Sheldon's session that he had with Misbah, he said something that teaching profession is a very lonely profession at times. We sometimes close the door of our classroom. Of course, we've got our students with us, but we don't actually share the space with our other teachers, our colleagues. And this ability to have a network, a strong network, a strong support system is what keeps us grounded, what keeps our creative juices flowing. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So, why should we connect? Do you want to start that one?
All right. I just hope I will not speak too much, because I told you that sometimes when I get to to talking, I can really say too much, like speak and speak and speak. Well, I think I will start with the most fundamental thing, and like connecting on the most fundamental basic level. Again, I will go back to that session from yesterday by Ken Shelton, it resonated with me, and I know that many people that also are still thinking about that session. That we are basically social animals as human beings. We need contact with others, and we grow when we have somebody to rely on, that somebody that supports us. And I think the past 2 years, or more than 2 years of the pandemic, have proven that, like, without others, like, we will simply perish. And I think that the group which I'm a part of, again, I will go back to Wakelet Polska community on Facebook, is a group of people that have really saved me, I think, as a human being, as a person, and as a teacher.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. The my online communities, when we were closed down for so long, I felt like my online communities just kept me in touch with the world and what was going on. I think another, I guess another reason why we should connect is because of that cultural aspect. When we connect with people that are outside of our immediate circumstances, like if I only connected with people in Houston, well, I'm not really going to know what's going on in the rest of the world. And I love connecting with people in Poland. The Wakelet Polska group is a fantastic group, like she said. But I mean, the greater Wakelet community, the other communities that I'm a part of, these are incredible ways to learn together, grow together, with people from all around the world. Contacts in from everywhere. I'll actually show you a map a little bit later, but of my social network of where it goes. But these connections, these things that we foster, these relationships, you are so much better as a person if you are connecting with people outside of your immediate circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are also like, if you open yourself to other people, you see different perspectives. You see how people see things, and these might be different ways and different approaches, and something that you have never thought about. And for example, I can apply that to myself. I've been teaching in the same school for more than 20 years. It's a small community, very small community, very confined. And sometimes you might feel like you are stuck in a rut, like, okay, you can predict what is going to happen, what everyone is going to say, because you've been with these people for so long. And then when you open yourself to other groups, other communities, there is this aspect of that's something unexpected happening. You never know what other people will come up with, what ideas they will have.
And it challenges you.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is so much creativity, and all of a sudden your own creativity might wake up. You might think, oh no, I will not have anything else in my life. I mean, what boring teaching and nothing else to do. But then all of a sudden, the exchange of ideas, the exchange of, like, some ideas for projects, maybe for some activities that we can do together. And even members of communities can do things together, and all of a sudden something really amazing can happen, and you are a part of it.
Absolutely. So we put together a few tips to connect, and honestly, the first one is start by creating a social media presence. We want, whatever platform that you're comfortable on. Right now, I'm most active on Twitter, but I'm also active on Facebook and LinkedIn, and not so much Instagram, but I'm getting better. And we're connecting socially. I'm loving reading the comments on YouTube. This is fantastic. Y'all are amazing. But really, honestly, just start by creating a professional social media presence. And I do want to reiterate the word professional there, because, there can be a very big difference between your personal social media and your professional social media. And I want you to make that distinction, because sometimes we try sometimes things do overlap, and they should overlap a little bit. But when you're creating a professional learning network, you want it to be that professional.
That's true. Yes, and you can also, because it's social media, but these are different platforms, I believe, and they can be used in a little, differently. And yeah, I guess you will agree with me that LinkedIn can be seen like as the most like professional of them all. And
Absolutely.
here, yes, if you want, maybe if you're looking for a new job and you're looking for some higher opportunities, or you simply want to share something that you have achieved, and it's there is a saying in Polish, sit in the corner and they will find you. I told Seth this yesterday, and I really disagree with that. It's not true. I was sitting in the corner for many years, and well, nobody was looking for me in there. I really had to leave that corner, and I had to go out there. And again, as Seth said, we are kind of similar in many ways. And I'm not an extrovert. I'm not a person that will go into the room full of people and I will suddenly start chatting with everyone. I will be that person that will be standing on the side and maybe waiting for someone to approach me. Or at least I was like this before. Before actually the Wakelet happened in my life, because this has brought a major shift in who I am as a person and as an educator. So if you're looking for something like to happen professionally, like maybe find a new job, then definitely start an account, open an account on LinkedIn. And if you have an account on LinkedIn, you might think of maybe investing in a professional photo shoot. You might have a nicely looking photo that will attract maybe some potential employers to you, apart from obviously you sharing great ideas. And yeah, Twitter is not big in Poland. I hope that there will be more educators coming. I mean, I'm talking about the educator community, not politicians or anything like that. And sometimes I also shared this with Seth. Sometimes Twitter might feel like kind of lonely. Like what should I do on Twitter? Like, how do I go about Twitter? This is how I felt when I joined 2 years ago. But then when you start making connections, when you actually comment on other people's tweets, when you retweet them, when you quote their tweets, when you can also like directly message people, then you actually see that Twitter has a potential. I mean, you probably know that I'm talking to people who might think like, no, Twitter is not for me. And then and Facebook is also great. As Seth said, I'm not very good at with Instagram as well. Like maybe one day, or TikTok. Yeah, and when you are, for example, on Twitter or on Facebook, you can join or create a community. If there is a community that you find, for example, on Facebook or on Twitter, that you feel like there is something that you have in common, that these people might like help you grow, then absolutely join them. But also not be like just passive and just taking all the time, or just like being, as we talked, like just in the shadows and just observing what is happening. But sure, maybe if you don't want to share a post first, or post something, then comment on something that other people are saying or writing. Yeah.
I think, you hit on that exactly. And that is our third tip there. Add your voice. Your voice has value. Everyone brings a different perspective. And if we just, lurk on Twitter and we never comment, like I did for the first probably couple of years that I was on Twitter.
Tell me.
I was scared to use it a little bit. Like, I don't know how this all works. Let's figure it out. But add your voice, instead of just, hitting the retweet button, hit quote retweet and add a comment about what you think about it. And then that generates conversations, and you can react and comment and message other users. Use the messaging sparingly, of course, direct messaging. because not everybody checks them. But just add your voice. Your voice really does have a value.
Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, there is life outside of social media. There is life outside of the internet. Let's not forget about it. Even though obviously we are here because of the great Wakelet community, which is like we know one another from the internet. Most of us have never like met others in real life, so that's a great platform to engage with others. But if in real life, I mean, we are like back maybe to the reality, a little bit to the reality which we know from, let's say, 2019 or before, where we can also go to different events, like offline events, conferences. And if you join a professional organization, like I said before, I'm an English teacher. So I admit right now I'm not a part of this organization, but I was for a few years IATEFL, in International Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Language. But as I said, but I think that time which I had with them before was kind of wasted, because I was that kind of like inactive person. So join those if you can, and attend events.
Yeah, absolutely. Attend events. In the United States, we have ISTE coming up, the International Society for Technology and Education, and it's one of the biggest conferences that I've ever attended, and it's a huge technology conference. It's coming up in just like next week, I think, or the week after next, I believe. But attend them. They're fantastic. Go and meet people. Shake somebody's hand that you've seen in the community. I've met so many of my online friends in person, and I can't tell you, it's amazing to see these people in person, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I feel like we've known each other forever.
Yeah, don't stick to the same crowd all the time, because sometimes you might feel like, oh, I'm coming to the conference with, let's say, a few of my colleagues, so I will just spend the whole time with them. No, I think you should be open to more connections.
Yep, completely agree. And also, on social media and including now, ask questions, interact. We are very willing to help. The community is a community because we support each other. We help each other grow. And I feel like that is so very important. You can ask questions in the YouTube link right now, or in the YouTube chat. You can ask questions on Twitter. You can support and answer questions on Twitter. It's all, or Facebook, or wherever you are. It's all a community, and we're very willing to help. One tool that I find very, very useful, and I actually have it running on my second screen so that I can see what's going on Twitter, is TweetDeck. I use TweetDeck all of the time, and I'm not going to spend very long on this, but this will help you network, because when you go to tweetdeck.twitter.com, it is part of Twitter. You're not connecting with some other third-party software, but when you connect on TweetDeck, you can search for hashtags. Of course, you can see your own home feed of the people that you follow, but like you can search for like the hashtag Wakelet Community Week, or hashtag Network Like a Boss, and it keeps these tabs open, and so the flow just keeps going and going and going, so you can see these tweets happening in real time. And then if you miss something, scroll back just a little bit, catch up on your yeah, exactly, Randy, I totally agree. TweetDeck is amazing. All right. But TweetDeck is fantastic. And so we have a couple of final tips for you for social media etiquette. Monica, do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, sure. Well, our tip number one is bring value. So before you post something, think what it can give to others as well, not only to you, but also to others. Of course, it can be something like making somebody smile. You can post something that is entertaining, and somebody might, be down. somebody might have had a hard day at work, and then they will simply smile at what you are presenting, what you are posting. Also, don't just as also Seth before said, just for example on Twitter, just don't retweet, add something. If you add something to the tweet, or like on Facebook, if you post something original, then you let yourself be known. You know, other people find out who you are, and what you are interested in, what your passions are. And of course, don't be negative, don't spread negativity. There is so much of it, and we as educators, sometimes we are also flooded with negativities. So we should not be doing it to others in our community. And also, obviously, don't steal content. It happens sometimes, or it happens more often than it should. If you are presenting, quoting something, posting something, make sure that you tag somebody. Make sure that you, like if you're using somebody's content, that you tag that person, that you let everybody know that it is not yours original content. Yeah, be fair, be genuine, and be honest.
Absolutely. And like Monica was saying, we engage with others respectfully. That is our second tip here, but it goes along with what she was saying. In my area of Texas, we have a saying. We say, "Don't feed the trolls." Don't engage with the people that are being just negative and there to stir up trouble online. Disregard those and engage with others respectfully. And I'm going to go on and take the third one as well, because I saw James say it in the YouTube chat just a little while ago. But quality in your social media, in your networking, is so much more important than quantity. Quality is way over quantity.
Sure.
Be intentional with what you post.
That's true. Don't flood your social media with some random content which doesn't bring value. It's not doesn't mean that, for example, if you post 100 tweets a day, then you will be remembered. But like if you tweet or if you post one valuable something valuable content that people will learn from, that you will share maybe a tool that they haven't heard of, maybe a technique, maybe a pedagogical approach, maybe a project that you're doing, maybe an activity that you have tried with your students, and that they might also replicate in their own classroom. Then this is what matters, and not just adding more and more and more to the social media, just because you feel like otherwise people will forget about you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes along with what we want our students to do. We want everyone that we teach to learn what to do, and therefore we have to practice that. We have to be the example. We have to be the leaders, I guess, is what I'm trying to say there. And yeah, there's so many amazing opportunities. I did want to share this. Like we talked about a global professional learning network. This is a representation of mine. Now you can see, obviously, almost 70% of my network is in the United States. That is okay, from all over the United States. But look at everywhere else. I have contacts everywhere else. And I made this on tweepsmap.com. You just connect your Twitter account to it, and you can see. But like, when you have contacts out of my almost 5,000 people that I follow and follow me, I've got people everywhere all around the world. If I need if I need to speak to a friend in India, I know that I could reach out to some of my friends over there. It's only 0.5%, but that's at least a few dozen people. So this is a really very interesting tool. Tweepsmap is a neat way to map your network and just make sure that you're not sticking in one little place. All right. So we have a little activity for you, and Monica, I think you'll tell them about it, and I'll show it on the screen.
Well, we would like to finish off with a small, or maybe not small, hopefully not small, like a virtual meet and greet event opportunity for you. We would like you to join us in this collaborative collection, Wakelet collection. We would want you to leave some links to your social media, maybe to your Twitter account, to your Facebook profile, Twitter profile, Facebook profile, and we would want to and try. Maybe you can connect with someone, you can follow somebody who is also in that collection, and start from here and start from now.
Yeah, we would love to connect with you. Monica and I have both posted our links here, and this is a collaborative Wakelet link. So just go in here, start typing your links. Make sure you put your name on there. You can always edit your edit your post if it doesn't have everything that you wanted to say on there.
Yeah, and I will love to follow you. So we are looking forward to seeing more people there. Thank you.
Absolutely. I see Tish
Seth,
on screen.
I am. I'm back. Seth and Monica, what an incredible session. And you gave so many great tips. I was taking notes. I think this is a conversation that we need to continue to have as educators, because you're right, it can be very isolating. I know a lot of you out there watching are the only one in your particular role. And I think Monica and Seth, you both have just really given some fantastic advice. It's not an accident that we are now moving into our backstage breakout sessions. So you want to click the link in the chat to go participate in that networking activity. I know Seth and Monica, you're planning on being in there. I know lots of people from the Wakelet team will be on those networking sessions. So go connect, follow each other. We're better together. It's okay to stay in the shadows for a bit, but make sure you're coming out and engaging and interacting with each other. It just makes all of us better. I know Seth and Monica, I've known both of you for a really long time, and it was Twitter that brought us together as well. So thank you all for joining, and we will all see you over on the networking sessions next.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.